Welcome back, my nakamas. Today we have something special. We have an investment video. A long time we don't have one, but EB01 and OP07 is coming in our way with new wins of support and new decks. What you guys can invest. I know some cards are spiking right now, but hopefully you get a deal on, but we will talk about that in this video. But first, right, left. Help out the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe for free because we are on my way, you see down there, and let me know what you're invested in your videos. Thank you for my sponsors you see on the right, Match and Mets and PR Yu-Gi-Oh shop, helping me out. And if you want to have a nice easy mat, you can check out with digislots 5 spare 5%. You can check out the membership down there to support me to get exclusive special content for you guys. And as always, thank you for watching, and let's have fun in this nice investment video. Okay, we start with the Ruchi Leader. We're getting an OP07. It's pretty cool because it's going to arrest an opponent's attack or once per turn one of your leader or character. So this deck is going about to be unresting. I just named an example decklist and watched what decklists are played and what they do. But we having Hody as a normal super rare is about 450 till €5 at the Europe side, and it's going to drop down for $7, maybe $6 to get a good deal. We have reprints coming in our way. The cards will go down. You should think about that as well. And we got User's Kit as a price range about $20, $25 with shipping cost here in Europe, and for Euro it's like about 40. It's maybe going a bit down to the 35ish side. The last hits were $30. Maybe you get a good deal on it because it's a pretty good card, and OP01 is not a set that you get your hands on really quick. And as well, we have the Don Quixote Rocinante. It was a secret rare in OP05. It's not that quite much pricey. It costs 10 around here and 10 at your side as well, dropping down. Maybe you get a good deal for like 750. That's really good for the card for a secret rare count. We don't know anytime these cards can spike up really hard. So maybe you need, like me, I have always one copy, and maybe then invest to one copy, and it's not so hard like investing into. As well as for OP4 card, it's Don Quixote do Flamingo, a really late game card you will need to drop down to freeze or stun your opponent. It costs around €4 here, and in your side it's about 6, but maybe you get a $5 on it for a good price, dropping down for reprints coming off again. It's really good, the card. You can stun up to 3 cards, and your opponents don't need to refresh them or can't refresh them. That's pretty good. As well as the OP06 Secret Rare Sorrow you can play on the deck for a 9-drop. So it's a really late game heavy deck, you need to notice, and it's out around $20 here in Europe, and at your side is about 20-22. But a drop down, maybe you get a deal on 15 for the card. It will be pretty good for about €15 for a Secret Rare card. That's pretty generic and pretty good index. Then our next leader is Ruchi. Since Sakasuki gets banned, this leader is one of the next best leaders in our set, or we getting for the best leaders as well. You can play the ST Ruffy as well, but Ruchi is pretty good. You might just top 2 cards to give one of your opponents -1. It's just an example decklist, as you can see. What cards maybe you should get your hands on. I don't need to talk about Rebecca and Ruchi. This on Gecko Maria. This has 2 generic cards, as well as Sabo, but Sabo you should invest because it's spiking up really high. This card is really good in generic index as well as the Ruffy deck. And at the Europe side it's run about 9, but it's dropping a bit. Maybe you get a good deal for 8 or 7 for the copies. Khalifa is a 48, spiking up as well. Maybe you should invest it here for 30. Now it's nearly at 50 because you can play CP9 as well. I think for the 1-cost searcher as well, it's pretty okay to play. And Khalifa's going up here as well, but you get maybe a good deal on maybe for like 30, or maybe you're buying this one with shipping cost is 25 or 26. As well, you can play Sakasuki. It's a really good card. The others are not that quite high because it didn't see play, and maybe you get the hands on a good deal, spiking up a little bit as well. And at the Europe side, there's the art for around 15, 20ish, and the normal art is around going here for what you're having, $2. Yeah, nothing quite much that. So it's a really good card to invest to have that for you. Now we come into the Ruffy. It's really cool. By the rules, you face up cards. What you're doing is face up that your opponent have the knowledge. Don't do active main once per turn. You might discard one card from your hand. If life is at 0 cards, so you're taking all the life you get attacked on, you might add the top 2 cards of a 5-cost character from your hand to trash to your life face up. It's pretty cool because they can counter, or stuff like getting trade off is really okay. And we have an example here as well for the 5-cost new, but you're playing as Wagakomura, you can wear Kuzan, and you can play Zabu in the deck, so I don't need to talk about that. As well, these cards here, getting Ghost Rares in the pack is a 1 pack in the start deck with 3 of these Ghost Rares, and you should invest on them. They're pretty good. 100% on the Ace because it's generic. Kizuki Hiyori is $15. It's spiking a little bit, so maybe you get your hands on it. It's pretty good. And here for the Europe side, it's about €9. It's not that quite expensive. It was higher. It was like 10 to 12 euro, but spiking a little bit down. And that's where the Kuzans, this card is generic, is pretty good. On play draw 1, you have a 5k swing. You can reduce something with follow-up turn. Next turn you can deal or kill something. That's pretty annoying. It's pretty cool, and all the time people get rid of it because it's pretty strong, but it's spiking up here. And at the Europe side we got around 14 euro for the card of shipping cost, $15 for the card that you can invest on. Okay guys, Reiju as well. Nothing to talk about that much. Maybe you want to play your out Kaiers, dropping down. Maybe you get to deal on a good card for that, that you can play. And the normal Kaiers here are around about 70, 50, so 75, 50, maybe 30 euros. But as well, Priestdem's card outside from the deck, they are higher priced because this deck is really solid and a lot of people playing that, so nothing to talk about that. Enel is one of the best leaders in OP07 with the Ruffy and with the other stuff. It is pretty good. We're getting new support coming out, so Hiyori as well you can play here, so investing in that is multiple decks, pretty good. Yamato, don't need to talk about that, 4 euros at our side and 5 at your side. This card is pretty amazing. You don't need to have something, it's generic, it's pretty good. Katakuri Secret Rare is high pricey, yes, you get reprinted maybe in the reprint set, or when more copies coming out, maybe you get your hands on that then. And especially here it's 62 in your side. It's pretty pricey, you don't need to play it right now, but I think you should, because it's a higher meta to have that cleared ACOS, and ACOS coming a lot off, and since Bonnie is on the way and other decks having a lot of good ACOS, you can clear them. That's the reason why you need to play that. As well, in Onamis, it's just a rare, but you can invest in the art. I'm going for 46, and here the normal art going for $1.10. Let me look at the art. It is 97. It's going down. Maybe you get your hands on that. It's good value because the card is a bit generic as well and pretty good. For the Boa Hancock deck, we're getting a new one, a sample deck list here. I have some cards for the Dracholomil Hawk. It's an OP01 card as well. It's really hard to get, but it's a really good card. For a tenner, it's really okay, and for $15 at your side, maybe you get a better deal, maybe drop down a bit, then invest in this. The Boa Hancock blocker going here, I think around 7, 8. Oh, $5, okay. Not so high, and here we're going for nearly $10. It's pretty good, maybe it's going down. You have a good deal on here, pretty good card in the deck. With the new 6 cost coming out, it's pretty intense. And we got the Kaido. It is 25 cents to play it as well, but maybe you get your hands on the alt odds. It's not that quite high in here our side, and here's for $1 going up because they see potential in Boa. For the Red Purple Lore, a really good deck. One of the best nearly decks to have nearly at the Sakazuki level. Here you have the Secret Rare Mr. 2 you can invest on, Saurus as well as Shuria you can invest on. This card will spike up if they see, okay, this deck's pretty good, maybe you get your hands on the Ardots, and here we have around €1.30. It's quite nothing. as well as the A's for the new support for the Marco coming out for the future sets you can invest on before spiking up. It's €8 here, and it's dropping down. Maybe you get your hands on 10 with the new Marco words. This card will go up again. And this last card for the Radio deck, and as well for the red purple law, you can invest in radios going around 10 here, and at the end 25 at your side. Maybe for 15 you get a good deal. That was my whole investment video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. As always, good luck finding your One Piece. Stay healthy. As always, your Senki. I'm out and bye. And at the end, shout out to memberships for Champion Highest Rank and EF Wolf. Thank you very much for supporting this channel, and always stay super.